Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt, and welcome to episode 252 of Farlands or Bust. Woof, yes, Wolfie, we're getting a move on. We're going. Oh, let's get out of here. I do remember there was suspicious splashes, but I think they have gone. Perhaps it was that zombie or that creeper or something. But yes, we are back in Farlands or Bust. Like I said, it's episode 252. I find it quite funny that when I started the series, I got a little bit of a few comments, getting some guff, I guess you could say, for people who noticed that I started, even from the first episode, numbering the episodes with 001, 002, and they're like, look at this guy, thinks his series is gonna get into the triple digits in episode numbers? It's crazy. Oh, have I showed them? I have showed them indeed. Although, now, realizing how far away the Farlands are, I actually am starting to regret not starting with a 4-digit numbering system, because that is probably what it's going to take. But anyway, yeah, we're episode 252 of Farlands or Bust, a rare, recorded on Saturday, and hopefully, if my internet and YouTube cooperates, published on Saturday, episode of Farlands or Bust. The heck? Floating cube of water, floating cube of water. I don't know if you're magical or not, because you're just kind of there. Oh, this is interesting. I had no idea that happens. Wait. Boop, beep, boop, beep. That's awesome. It's like I'm underwater, but I'm not. Alright, well, we just discovered a strange little graphical glitch in the game. Perhaps they've fixed it now that it's, 2 years worth of development have happened since this version came out. But anyway, yes, let me update you on the Child's Play charity fundraiser we have going on over at farlandsorbust.com. We're at... Ooh, somebody else is having fun in some water down there. But our fundraiser is at $29,700 even over at farlandsorbust.com. All that money going directly to Child's Play charity using the official Child's Play charity donation widget on the homepage of that website there, farlandsorbust.com. farlandsorbust.com. Farlandsorbust, farlandsorbust, farlandsorbust.com. Sorry, I just said it like 27 times, so it had to become a song. That's the rule. I must obey it. But yeah, thank you everybody who keeps donating. Got a lot of good questions. What's this about, Wolfie? Got a lot of good questions with those donations. There's a little comment field that you can leave a question with that I will attempt to answer in an episode of Farlands or Bust. Oh, I need some wooden planks. I will obtain such things as these. So yeah, thank you everybody for that. And we're continuing raising money. Let's do this. A lot of people have been talking about, since I guess this is kind of, along with the questions, a little bit of a vloggy, newsy, not vloggy, but podcasty, I think is kind of what single man podcast in a video game. Talk about current events, news, and things like that. A lot of people have been talking about the Xbone, the Xbox One. There was a press event for the next generation console, aptly timed. I know I figured I should address it because I talked about what is the PlayStation going to be called? Is it just PlayStation 4? I don't remember. PlayStation Steve. Well, good job, Wolfie. I didn't watch. I watched on and off the PlayStation press release thing, but I didn't watch a single second of the Xbox One. The Xbox One. Just because I'm personally, of all the consoles, I am not a console gamer, but of all the consoles, Xbox is probably the one I'm least interested in for whatever reason. I've never played an Xbox, I don't believe. Probably since college, the first Xbox I'd probably played a few times. But anyway, It didn't go well, and it's not going well. It's kind of a strange thing, and I'm the same response about the PlayStation thing is as a non-console gamer. It seems like they're trying to include too many things at the same time. And it was funny, I did watch somebody on YouTube posted a supercut of the Xbox press conference thing where they just clipped together all the buzzwords. So it was innovation, 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 like clipped over and over and over again 27 times, and then watch television, television, TV, TV, innovation, television, sports, 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 sports. You know, the EA sports people were there, and then Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty. and that pretty much summed up what the Xbox is about. But yeah, they're trying with all these consoles to make them the multi-tool of all tasks, but the master of no tasks, including playing video games. And it just seems like people they want to buy a console to play video games. They don't care that they can also watch TV or access Netflix or connect to Facebook and tell their friends what they're playing, or this or that or the other. Upload to YouTube and all this stuff. Just kind of dissolves and dilutes what the console should actually be concentrating on, which is gaming. It's a gaming console, and I don't. It's hard to tell what the future is going to be, but I think the consoles in general have long outlived their usefulness. They're just basically becoming very specialized PCs. Because, right now I have a PC hooked up to my TV, and that's how I watch TV. That's how I access Netflix and Hulu and Amazon and stuff like that is through my old computer that I've hooked up to my TV. So, I don't really need... and a lot of people even have DVD and Blu-ray players that connect to the internet that have apps that they can connect to all these things. So it's not like we don't need a third device, or a fourth in that matter. And just in regards to going together with TV, I find I might be the only one. I'm with Comcast. I have the very basic of basic cable packages that just came with my internet package. It's basically, you can get internet by itself for $60 a month, or you can get internet and basic cable for $55 a month. It's like, okay. And I know why they do that. They need to inflate their subscriber numbers. But regardless, I don't see how, that system is so tied in with you have to use the cable box. And even for the most basic cable thing now, even after they switched over to digital cable, I thought there was a law that said they weren't required, or they shouldn't be requiring consumers to use proprietary cable boxes. But no, they've overcome that. They've bought their way out of that law. So now they require these cable boxes, which is just horrifyingly bad. Just terrible. You change the channel, and 4 seconds later the channel actually changes. It goes to a blank screen, it loads up a little info bar on the bottom, and then finally the channel loads, and ugh. And they've blocked all of your HD channels, even if, previously you could plug your TV. I'm going on a tangent. This is an amazing tangent. I started with the Xbox and consoles and ended up talking and complaining about cable boxes. My point being, I don't see any system being able to mix well. I don't see an Xbox being able to save me from the crapitude that is my cable plan, So I don't know where they're going with that. So I haven't, in not watching the entire press conference, or really, I haven't really read up on anything. I'm not of the utmost authority to be giving my opinions, because the last console I owned was a PlayStation 2, and I haven't played that in well over a year. Maybe well over 2 years, actually. I can't even remember playing my PlayStation 2 since starting my YouTube channel, because I've become far more enthusiastic about PC gaming since starting that. So yeah, so I just not at all being interested in console gaming. Just it's not on my radar, and I fully expect, there's all these console wars, and PlayStation is going to win the next generation because people were far more excited about PlayStation, blah, 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 blah. I think everybody's going to lose the next console war because I don't think there's that much of a market for it, and they're making the wrong product for the audience. Woof! Wolfie agrees. That statement gets the bing. Wolfie, seal of approval. Yeah! All right, let's go to sleep and continue with more interesting topics in the morning. And an X-bone. How about an X-bone, Wolfie? You look like you might already be... Yep, you're already full up, but X-bone. Let's continue on. I do have, like I said, a bunch of good questions from the last round of donations to Child's Play Charity. From Kuro, K-U-R-O. Have you ever thought of dyeing your hair green? You must be a new subscriber. Because, as many other people already know, from the 10%, yeah, the $10,000 milestone Jason Statham initiative, I no longer have any hair. I have kept up with the Jason Statham buzz cut. It works. It's very convenient over the winter time because I could wear a stocking cap without worrying about it messing up my hair. And also, in the few times I have let it go a couple weeks while growing back, I start to realize, oh, my hair is rather thin, and it looks kind of derpy while it's growing out, so I'll just buzz cut it again. I did get a... Anyway, to answer your question, no, I've never thought about dyeing my hair green, or any color for that matter, simply because I know my hair is not what it once was. It is not there anymore. It is slowly leaving stage left. What was I saying? Oh, but I got one of like an actual buzz cut thing, not in the video where I give myself the first buzz cut. I was using an actual face beard trimmer, which not recommended. So I got an actual hair buzz cut thing, which came like with 27 attachments for all different lengths of hair, and I'm like, no, I'll just be using the shortest one. So I use that, and yeah, it's about every week or so I have to give it a retrim before it starts looking a little bit unkempt. But it's very convenient. I wish I had done it sooner, to be honest with you. It's very convenient. Even like the few times I've had to drive my car, the weather is warmed up. I can drive with the window down. I don't have to worry about my hair getting all messed up or anything like that. I can just stick my head out the side of the car and drive like Ace Ventura, catching bullets in my teeth. Ooh, careful, Wolfie. I just saw him tumbling down here. I can see the future. Ooh. Woof. All right, let's go this way. Yep, good job. So no, never thought about that, but thank you for the donation and the question. Stuart, another donator, asks, you've spoken about drinking whiskey in the past. I was wondering if you've ever had cocktails, and what are your favorites? And then Stuart spoke of drinking White Russians. That is the generic B cocktail of choice, I believe. Or no, that was not generic B. Avidia. It goes with his character. I have, but not so much. It's probably because if I do have whiskey, I don't go to bars or anything where I would order. Look at this place. It's like the imitation Farlands. I don't go to bars or anything like that where I would, order a special thing that they can mix up for me. I did for a little bit when I was trying to save money by not buying expensive single malt scotch. I did get bourbon and would make old fashions myself, which is just you take a sugar cube, you take your bitters, your Angostura, I think is how you say it, bitters, and 3 dashes of that, a splash of club soda. You muddle that with your muddler, mix it together, until the sugar dissolves. And then I don't have a measuring device, but 2 quick pours of bourbon, and then you take and put ice, to taste. I have one of those automatic ice makers in my fridge that make the little half moon shaped ice cubes. I usually do about 4 or 5 of those, depending on how strong I want it. Whoop. And then take an orange peel. Careful, Wolfie. And I need to make a boat. You express. Oh, I have a boat. Haha, how convenient. Thanks, past me, for thinking ahead. You express the orange, you just squeeze the orange peel, and then what I would do is rub it around the rim of the glass, and then put the orange peel in, and blah blah, old-fashioned. I did get into trying that with rye whiskey. I never had rye whiskey before, but that's an interesting... It's not as sweet as bourbon, it's a little bit more dry, and it was pretty good. And that one sometimes is better without orange, you do a lemon peel. But anyway, I digress. That is probably the only cocktail I really ever had. Like I said, I don't go out to restaurants or bars that often, so I don't, I'm not like, I'll have a martini, shaken, not stirred, on the rocks, upside down and backwards. What? I don't know what drinks, how to order them, or what they even are, or if I would even like them. So, I'm a very simple person. So the cocktails are not generally up my alley. But lately I just haven't been really drinking at all, just in an effort to save money and just I got better things to do on a Saturday, like record Farlands a Bust. Woo! Let's see, from Tom, a question. Have you seen the new Star Trek? And what is your opinion, if you have? I have not seen the new Star Trek. I am hearing mixed opinions about it. I did, though, recently see the new Iron Man. Iron Man? Iron Man. I almost picked up the iron in speaking about that. It was entertaining, Iron Man 3. But I'm starting to wonder, all these... Oh, right in the boat. All these Avengers and comic book stories, they all, I've mentioned this before when I saw the Avengers and compared it to Thor, they all seem to be following the same exact formula, are they not? Where it's like, oh, it's almost going to be the end of the world, and then, oh, your hero has some sort of disaster or starts questioning his abilities or loses his abilities entirely, and then, oh, is he going to be able to defeat random bad guy number 10? And then, oh, at the last minute he realizes his true worth, or his friends come in and swoop him off his feet, or this or that or the other. I'm getting a little bit tired of that formula. Not saying I have a better formula that I could give an idea for, but... and this one just seemed to follow the same thing. It just seems like that they're just depending on people being entertained by the action, which I was, and there were actually a few funny parts to the latest Iron Man that I enjoyed. Jokes. I get jokes. But otherwise, I didn't find it all that special. And, there was the advertisement for the next Thor movie. I'm anticipating that to be a similar situation. There was, the Superman is coming out with a new one. That's probably going to be a similar formula, I'm assuming. Excuse me. Might as well. Bloink. Blonk. Whoa, careful. I don't know. We'll see. We will see indeed. But yeah, I have not seen the new Star Trek. And I'm getting mixed, like I said, information from people about that one saying, oh, it is just all action and lens flare and explosions and things. It's not really quite in the spirit of the original, Star Trek series. We're a little bit more thought-provoking and even political, a reflection upon modern-day, actual, real-life day, what's the word I'm looking for? Modern events, but in the Star Trek world, but, they seem to have abandoned that in favor of the explosions and the, flashy graphics and blah, 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 blah. Who knows? I haven't seen it. I'll probably see it. I don't know. But yeah, thanks for that question. Haven't seen that many movies lately. I couldn't think. I was at the theater. I'm like, what was the last time I was in the theater? I don't remember. That's another, in addition to gaming consoles, movie theaters are another thing that are going to have to start trying a little bit harder to win me back. I'm a complainy old, stubborn old man. The floor is sticky. Why is a bottle of water $27? Anyway. Okay. I'm a bald, old, cranky old man is what I am. Let's see. Sun's going down. I should probably consider making the hidey hole here. I'm trying to get out of the trees. This'll do. It's a nice clearing. Boop and a boop. Boop and a boop. And and a lens flareness. Woof. Let's see what other questions we got. If you were ever to use the Oculus Rift, would you use it for Far Lands or Bust as one of your milestone videos? From Kieran. I mentioned this before when I talked about the Oculus Rift. I don't think it seems like an interesting technology that has potential, but I don't think it has potential in terms of the Let's Play, unless, and there might be, unless there's a way, because I've seen some demonstration video in the past, and you get the two little eye socket viewpoints that people record at the same time. And that, I don't think, looks good when you're just watching it on YouTube. If there's a way you could just, like, isolate one of those views, like one of the eyes as the view, and then post that as a YouTube video, possibly. Possibly not. I don't know, but I don't know that I would be able to do it with Far Lands or Bust milestone. Oh, well, I guess I was interpreting that, would you do it in Far Lands or Bust? I don't think that's possible because the game is not being updated in Far Lands or Bust because I'm in beta 1.7.3. But as a milestone, we'll have to keep our eye on that technology. I know it would look good for Euro Truck Simulator and Hawken is going to have support for it. And other things like that. But I'm looking forward to, like I said, I'm going to PAX Prime this year, it looks like. And I would hope, unless there's like, I'm not a stand-in-line person, so I'm not going to stand in line for much at PAX, even though I'm sure that's 90% of the experience. But if there is a way for me to test out an Oculus Rift at PAX, I'll definitely try it. But otherwise, I don't know. We will see. I don't think it has much application for the Let's Player. Speaking of PAX, I was kind of dodging the question earlier, but I was mentioning how there's other people. I know Good and Pause at least have thus far confirmed they will also be attending PAX. And I was saying other people, but I'll let them announce it. But he apparently did announce it, that our good friend, for as long as this channel has been going on, and recently from the KGBs, Lorgon111 is also looking to attend PAX this year in Seattle. So we will have an ability to meet Lorgon111, Brian. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't know if that's like big news for you guys or not, but we'll be hanging out with Lorgon111 at PAX. Indeed. So that I'm looking forward to. Cool stuff indeed. I was gonna ask him about that because I know he's from from the area out there, so I assumed. But he said he's never been to a gaming convention at all or anything like that, so this will be his first one as well. I guess, technically, I keep saying neither have I, simply because the only gaming convention I've been to is Minecon, and am I going the right way? Yeah. And that, I don't know if that counts too much, because it was a different experience for me than just your standard gaming convention. So yeah, cool news indeed. The world keeps getting smaller. The YouTube Minecraft world. Shrinking and shrinking as we meet more and more awesome people. Let's see here, looking for questions. I got a question from Jerry and a donation asking about my thoughts on the recent Ultra Hardcore Season 10, which came to a very climactic conclusion yesterday. So go check out the other people's channels who are still involved with that. Like Beef, BOO, Pause, MC Gamer, Doc, Zisto. Check out their perspectives of the last episode to see who won. I'm going to give my perspectives on that. I usually reserve that to go into the Mindcrack server, simply because it's a Mindcrack series. So I'm going to go back to the Mindcrack SMP server, perhaps get put some final touches on the Earl of Sandwich, and then I'll give my thoughts on Season 10. I had a lot of fun on Season 10. I had a good time with Team Sobriety, Avidia and Michael. We did a good job. We had some very, very interesting and very awesome events happen during that season. So a good one, another good one in the books. Ultra Hardcore. So yeah, check out. I'm not sure when. Sometime next week, early next week. I'll try to make it just so it's timely. But at my next Mindcrack episode, I'll actually delve into my thoughts on Ultra Hardcore and stuff like that. Trying to look at other questions. Blunk. Oh, I got off a little bit early. Haha! Hello, chicken. How are you? Have a dip. I have a few questions about telescopes, but I think I'll save those because I could go on forever about that. I know I've talked about that in the past as well, but I could talk forever about telescopes. I'm kind of going down like the quick rapid fire. Oh, here's one. Here's a nice, probably what could be a quick question from Gray Morality. What is your favorite, or some of your favorites, cars or vehicles from fiction? My favorite is Doc Brown's DeLorean from, obviously, Back to the Future. From fiction. Well, I'm going to stick to movies and television simply because I don't think I've really read that much that has vehicles in books or anything like that, or stories. Stories, if you've seen American Graffiti, it was Harrison Ford's, was it a 54? I think it was a 54 Chevy. That's a really cool car. It's the matte black hot rod style, not too pretty type of car. Obviously that movie in general has a lot of cool cars in it. So I think I would initially go with that. Trying to think. Oh, there are a lot of cacti. Sorry, I'm like trying to fake them out. All right, Wolfie, just stick close behind. Straight line. All right, good job. Yeah, the DeLorean's kind of cool. I also assume you're talking about cars and not necessarily like vehicles, like the Millennium Falcon or something like that. Yeah, I think I'll have to go with that. It's a little bit of an obscure reference, but I think that makes sense to pick that, since those are the type of cars I like. Yeah. Answer. Question answered. Let's see here. From an anonymous donation. We know that you like The Simpsons, but what do you think of Futurama? I really enjoyed Futurama, but although I didn't keep up with it, not having cable, when it went to, it was reintroduced on Comedy Central and recently, now re-cancelled. So yeah, I like Futurama. It definitely had a lot of potential where The Simpsons, I believe, are kind of running out. I haven't been keeping up with the recent Simpsons either that much, but the Simpsons are running out of, storylines. Obviously, Futurama, something happening in the future with space and planets and aliens and things, has a lot more dynamic potential stories that you could create. But I enjoyed Futurama. Enjoyed that all, through college years we enjoyed Futurama quite a bit. All hail the Hypnotoad. Hypnotoad. What was I gonna say? Oh, a couple weeks ago, or was it last week? The Simpsons had. I didn't watch it. I missed it. I was out. I think that was when I was seeing Iron Man 3. The Simpsons had Sigur Rós on that episode. I think it was their season finale. They went to Iceland for whatever reason, and Sigur Rós were in it. And I saw the poster and the promotional stuff, and I'm like, for The Simpsons, the style of cartoon, which is just very simple line drawings almost, I think they nailed the look of all the members of the band Sigur Rós. So that one I'll have to find. Are they on Hulu? Are The Simpsons on Hulu? I don't know, maybe Fox.com or something like that, but I'll have to find an archive of that and try to check it out. But this has been a rapid-fire question-answering episode of Farlands or Bust, episode 252. Put this in your pipe and smoke it. No, I was going to say put this in the archive, in the bag. I'm trying to find... Here we go. Trying to find a non-forested area where I can hopefully safely make a hidey hole. All right, well, I guess this is a... Bing, bong. Bing, bong. Sit. Good job. Let's, that actually might be kind of dangerous. I don't want to dig out right above you. All right. This is a strange, not normal hidey hole, because we're, not in the side of a mountain. We're just digging beneath the surface. The surface. It's French. There we go. 1, 2, 3. All right. This would be very convenient if this was all dirt. Looks like it's going to be. Ha! Oh, wow. This might... I don't know. Probably I'll have to look in the history. You'll have to look in the history, but this might be one of the first, if not the first, all-dirt hidey hole at the end of an episode of Farlands or Bust. Only took us 252 episodes to do this, guys. This was my goal all along. The series is over. No, just kidding. But yeah, keep going to farlandsorbust.com to contribute to Child's Play charity. I said we're at $29,700 this season. Trying to raise $100,000 this season, at which point I will finally press F3 to see how far we have come. It's going to be a big number indeed. And we will see how far we have yet to go to reach the Farlands. Woof! Wolfie's excited for that, so keep giving, and keep liking, and watching, and sharing, etc. Farlands or Bust. I do appreciate your support. My dear Farlanders, my name is Kurt. I will see you next time.